Disclaimer: this video is created solely for informational purposes. Verify critical information from reliable sources. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to our channel, where books come alive on screen. Get ready for amazing wonders that inform, captivate, and spark your imagination. Join us in this literary journey where everything is an adventure. In the Shadows of Power, The Tale of the Black Guerrilla Family, by Subject Soup. Origins in the Crucible. In the volatile era of the late 1960s, San Quentin State Prison became the birthplace of a new force, the Black Guerrilla Family. Founded by George Jackson, a man of vision and charisma, the BGF was not just another prison gang, it was a symbol of resistance and empowerment for African American inmates. Inspired by revolutionary ideologies, particularly Marxism and black militancy, Jackson saw the BGF as a catalyst for change, both within the prison system and in the broader fight against racial oppression. Members of the BGF were encouraged to educate themselves, to rise above their circumstances. Jackson insisted on political education, urging members to read works by revolutionaries like Mao Zedong and Che Guevara. This intellectual foundation aimed to transform inmates into advocates for social change, uniting them under a cause greater than their individual struggles. It was a bold attempt to redefine what it meant to be a prisoner, turning a place of confinement into a space of ideological growth. Despite its noble beginnings, the BGF soon found itself mired in the complexities of prison life. Tensions with other prison groups and the authorities escalated. The group, while holding onto its political roots, began to engage in typical gang activities for survival and influence. This duality of purpose, political ideals versus the harsh realities of prison politics laid the groundwork for the BGF's controversial legacy. Ideals and iron bars. As the BGF solidified its presence in San Quentin, its members lived a life of paradoxes. On one hand, they continued their political and intellectual activities, discussing and debating ways to combat systemic racism. On the other, they were drawn into the underworld of prison life, engaging in illicit activities as a means of survival and asserting their dominance within the prison hierarchy. The BGF's rise in power within the prison system was rapid, but it was not without internal conflicts. The blending of political activism with criminality created a rift within the group. Some members remained fiercely loyal to Jackson's original vision of a revolutionary force, while others were more interested in the gang's growing prowess in criminal enterprises like drug trafficking and extortion. Despite the challenges and the growing emphasis on criminal activities, the BGF continued to influence other African American inmates. They inspired many to stand up against racial injustice and to seek empowerment through education and unity. This aspect of the BGF's legacy, often overshadowed by its criminal activities, remains a testament to the complex nature of its existence. The spread of influence. By the 1970s, the Black Guerrilla Family's influence had extended beyond the walls of San Quentin, permeating other prisons in California and eventually across the United States. This expansion brought increased power but also escalated the gang's involvement in criminal activities. The BGF became a prominent name in the prison world, synonymous with both its revolutionary roots and its criminal exploits. As the BGF grew, its operations diversified. Drug trafficking, racketeering, and violent confrontations became more frequent, cementing the gang's reputation as a formidable player in the prison underworld. This expansion of criminal activities further diluted the group's original political motivations, although the rhetoric of resistance and empowerment continued to be a part of its identity. The widespread influence of the BGF brought with it a complex legacy. While some members and factions within the gang remained committed to advocating for social justice and prison reform, others were deeply entrenched in the criminal aspects of its operations. This dichotomy posed a continuous challenge to the group's identity and raised questions about the true nature of its influence within the prison system and beyond. A legacy of violence and reform. The history of the Black Guerrilla Family is marked by episodes of brutal violence, both within the prison system and in the outside world. These incidents, often sensationalized in media coverage, contributed to the gang's notorious reputation. From bloody prison riots to targeted attacks against rival gangs and authorities, the BGF's name became synonymous with some of the most violent chapters in prison history. Amidst this turbulent history, there were members within the BGF who sought to steer the gang back towards its original vision. These reformers advocated for a return to the group's roots in political activism and racial justice. They worked to realign the BGF's activities with its foundational principles, often facing resistance from those who were more invested in the gang's criminal enterprises. The story of the BGF's violence and attempts at reform mirrors the broader challenges facing the U.S. prison system. The gang's history highlights the difficulties of maintaining ideological purity in an environment dominated by survivalist instincts and systemic oppression. The BGF's journey from a group of politically motivated inmates to a powerful criminal organization and back towards a focus on reform reflects the complex dynamics of power, identity, and justice within the prison system. The modern era. Today, the Black Guerrilla Family remains a significant presence in the American prison system. While still involved in various criminal activities, there are factions within the gang that continue to advocate for social justice, prison reform, and the empowerment of African American inmates. The BGF's modern incarnation is a reflection of its historical evolution, embodying both the challenges and the potential for change within the prison system. The BGF of the present day is a divided entity, with different factions representing different aspects of its legacy. Some members are deeply involved in criminal activities, leveraging the gang's reputation and network for personal gain and power. Others, however, strive to use the BGF's influence for positive change, advocating for better conditions in prisons and raising awareness about issues of racial inequality and injustice. The Black Guerrilla Family story continues to evolve, raising important questions about the nature of power, resistance, and reform within the prison system. As society grapples with these issues, the BGF serves as a powerful symbol of the challenges and complexities inherent in the struggle for justice and equality. Its legacy, a blend of darkness and hope, offers insights into the potential for transformation even in the most unlikely of places. This narrative blends historical facts with a storytelling approach, providing a glimpse into the multifaceted nature of the Black Guerrilla Family. It's important to note that this is a simplified version of their history, and the real story of the BGF is much more intricate and nuanced. Thank you for diving into the world of words with us. If you had a blast exploring this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share the bookish love with your friends, and make sure to subscribe for more amazing adventures.